Hi, I'm Gabe.
And my name is Kat.
And we are the Ghouls next door. Yeah.
This looks so creepy when you say it with a clown face. Yes. For context, we have clown faces.
We really like to get in character.
For character time.
This is our first episode of Ghouls Next Door. So, welcome. Sit down. Have a seat.
Sit. They can walk.
Seat right over there.
Those are headphones before.
Want some cocoa, a blanket. Get really cozy. For spooky time. It's going to be spooky time.
Yeah, it's going to be scary time. You can't see it. I mean, I guess we'll post pictures. But we look terrifying. Literally everything we say looks terrifying. I'm looking at your face. And it makes me want to cry a little bit. Especially when you laugh. When you smile, it's so much worse.
It's not the most beautiful thing
you're making your eyes do
ever seen. This is what I always look like. This is the usual makeup that I put on.
That's terrifying.
I always put my makeup
on that?
With red lips around my lips.
Then just on your nose.
To really emphasize how excited I am. So if you didn't know from...
point of clowns, I guess.
From tuning in to... I don't know if you just randomly click this link and you were like, what's that? This is a podcast with an honest opinion about the horror genre from those who truly love them. I'm Kat and myself. And we talk all the happenings and whatnot in the horror world, whatever the stitch is, whatever is cool. What's hot right now?
Clowns.
Clowns are hot?
Oh, sexy piece.
I don't know. I don't know if that's...
Sex boys. Saw clown costumes running around. Not murdering people, sometimes.
How many sexy Pennywise costumes do you think they're going to be this Halloween?
It's really terrifying.
It's going to be really bad. I want to do it now.
The clown itself is not sexy. It's literally, it's because the guy who plays him is sexy. Is that the thing?
He is sexy.
Just really like the clown? Because that's weird. That weirds me out.
So,
he's terrifying.
I do want to talk about this. I do want to address this. But in case people don't get it, we are going to talk about clowns this time. And surprise! And so we're going to talk about, we watched 3 films that feature clowns. We watched the new It. We got down into what's new and what's cool and saw it. We reviewed the old one since it's been a hot minute since we've seen it. And we watched a Netflix movie, Title Clown, by one of my favorite horror directors, Eli Roth.
Yeah.
So just to preface that with spoilers. Most likely ahead. We don't know how to, not do that.
I'm not a lady.
I mean, I'm sorry, it's just going to happen. We're just going to say what we feel like we want to say. So just listen to it. Or don't. Don't. Yeah, it's that's fine.
Love you. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe I do.
We can love them.
Honestly, we have a deep connection.
Honestly, it's probably just our moms listening. So, love you. Love you. Love you, Mom. And my 2 friends I might have.
Be I listened to it, but I didn't.
I don't even like clowns. My mom said she wasn't going to watch it.
No one likes clowns. Because some people probably do, otherwise why would they exist? But no one likes them.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen a clown in real life?
Probably.
I
feel like yes.
You don't remember?
Maybe I blacked it out. It was just that terrifying. I don't think I feel like probably when I was younger, I've definitely seen them in movies a lot. And I feel like probably when I was younger, I saw one at a party or something. I was not going near that.
I don't think I've ever seen a clown at a party.
Bye. I never found them scary until I started seeing movies, though. It wasn't... when I was younger, if I'd see a picture of a clown, I'd be like, that looks dumb. But, I wouldn't be like, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. But then, from movies and TV, I'm just no, one of those comes near me, they're trying to murder me. I mean, there was a whole thing in, New Jersey. Was it New Jersey? Florida? I don't know. All around. But, when they, were walking around, there's just, people dressed in clowns. They were being crazy
that was
and,
a thing happening.
Scaring people.
That was last
highways
year.
And stuff. Yeah, it was,
It was, people, they caught them on their, house, camera.
Yeah.
They, just walked up to there. It just stood there.
Yeah, it's like creepy
you're
as shit.
dick.
Why?
Don't do that.
Why is that the thing?
Don't be that man. Why? I saw a clown at the circus. I've been to a circus, and
oh shit! Am I allowed to curse? I feel like
yeah. I mean,
for children.
Yeah, it's not.
We're talking about murder and scary rated R movies.
Yeah, I don't imagine this is. I mean, yeah.
But yeah, so sorry. Interruption
So, no
time.
problem.
Continue, babe.
I saw a few clowns at a circus, which is like where they traditionally are supposed to be.
Yes.
At circuses.
Yes.
It was underwhelming at best, but I wasn't afraid of them. I was also not super amused. It was just like, oh, hey, they're doing. That was funny. I mean, he like pulled some, cloth out of his shirt or something. We were young, but it was a thing, and I remember my brother was super about it. He was like digging the hilarity, but I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, I've never understood the fear of clowns.
Yeah, I feel like they're not scary until like people tell you that they're scary. Like they're definitely like uncomfortable. Like no one's like excited about it. I'm like, that's weird.
Although I will say I don't know many good clowns.
Yeah.
Like I know Pennywise from growing up, and I know John Wayne Gacy from being a true crime person.
Yeah.
So I guess there's Ronald McDonald. He's a clown.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool. He was a cool guy. I wasn't afraid of him. He has a Ronald McDonald house.
This is terrible. I always just thought it was like the joke that I remember from when I was younger is that like he touched kids, but like I know that's not real. I just know that's the thing that people said about Ronald McDonald.
He had that nice house where parents can stay because they had.
Well, no, his like charity is amazing. I didn't mean anything like that, but it's just like I remember that being a thing that people from my elementary school would say like, oh, he's creepy because he lures children. Like, because I feel like that's kind of the scary history of clowns, that they lure kids and then like do weird things with them because they're evil.
That's what John Wayne Gacy did.
Yeah.
He probably... That is kind of the thing, because it's like, you're a grown person.
Yeah.
You're dressed as something that's supposed to be happy, and you just put on shows for children. Like, that's kind of creepy.
I feel like there's better ways to interact with kids. I don't know.
There's like, I don't know.
But we're going to get some like backlash from the clown community because like
it is getting backlash from the clown community.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because they're saying it's giving them a bad name. They're like protesting. It's already existed
for like years.
Yeah, they're like, but they're coming back now. And we didn't protest things back then. We were just like, damn, that I don't like that thing, and it exists. Now we're like, down with the system. 1990.
Oh yeah, 90s. I feel like there were still protests, but I feel like they weren't protesting clowns.
No.
There's like bigger fish.
Now everyone there's clowns protesting. Okay, no, I can't say that. There's not clowns. They are juggalos.
Not just clowns.
And they dress like clowns, and they have a lot of carny and clown lore in their music and their culture, if you want to call it culture. And they're protesting over at Washington right now because they were labeled as a gang, and they're not a gang. Okay.
In my history of clowns, though, just to move back to that, there was a Clowns Lives Matter march that was canceled because I don't remember why they canceled it. They're like, no, that's not a thing.
They couldn't all fit in the tiny car.
So I don't know if there's like a thing where people just go around murdering clowns. I just feel like that doesn't. It could, but I don't know about it. I've never heard about it.
Clowns murdering or people murdering clowns?
People murdering clowns, because their protest was called Clowns Lives Matter. Mm. So like, I guess the understanding with that is they're being like,
I think it's just
put down or like killed or like vastly discriminated against.
I think it's discriminated against.
Yeah.
Like no one in this day and age, I don't imagine many people hiring clowns for birthday parties.
Yeah.
Which is why the movie Clown seemed bizarre.
Yeah.
So
it's like, why is your kid so weird that he wants a clown at his birthday? Like, it's 2000 something, like in the movie, I assume.
Yeah, it's just like what Little Evil, new Netflix movie. There was a clown at that party too. I was like, what is this century? Okay, so that's a different. That's a different time we'll talk about. But we'll get into some quick summaries if you haven't seen any of the content and you are interested in looking at it, viewing it, indulging in clown culture.
And you just want to know all about the clown.
If you want to get down with the clown. we watched the new It, which is just like the old one. It is based on a Stephen King novel of the same name. It follows several people. I think it's like 7 of them. 6 or 7.
So good at summary.
I'm really bad at that. I think it's like 6
there
or
were
7
some kids. They went places. It was scary.
So in the new one, unlike the old one, this one is solely focused on the children as children. There's no time when they're adults in this, whereas the original in the 1990 and as well as the book, it features the adults having flashbacks to their first time encountering Pennywise, who is a clown, or is a being that has taken the form of a clown to terrorize children. He uses phobias to garner fear from the children, which is tasty for him. It's kind of debatable whether or not he's eating these children. He does bite a child, spoilers. But I don't know if he's really eating them because they're just kind of chilling there for a hot second. But it goes around where these kids are being tortured and tormented by this clown creature and all their worst fears and this super shady town. And later, and then there'll be a new one, which will be them as adults, kind of revisiting the town as it comes back 27 years later. Which just so happens it's 27 years. So that's it about it. That's all there is to know about it. That's it. We also watched Clown.
Yeah.
What happened with that cat?
My turn. I was trying really hard not to interrupt you.
It was really good. You did such a good job. I'm very impressed.
But yeah, Clown. That's a movie we watched. It was really sad for me because this guy's just like trying to be a good dad. He's just, father of the year over there. He's just like, my kid really wants this clown for his birthday. And the kid's like super bummed out because the dick clown, I'm not saying all clowns are dicks, but this guy was canceled on him. He was so booked. He was so busy.
All these people who really
really wanted a clown for their son's birthday party. And he just canceled on them last minute. And this little weird kid who loves clowns for some reason in 2016. He just really wants a clown, and they're all booked up. So yeah, and he's trying to be a good dad. The clown canceled. He's like, I'm gonna dress up as a clown. I'm a real estate agent. I found this creepy trunk in a basement. Let me go.
Reliable source.
Let's put this creepy trunk clothing on.
When has a creepy trunk ever let you down?
Right? It's such a great place to find clothing. And to wear.
It's probably great. And not full of moss.
It didn't have, lizard skin on it.
It
didn't even look like a good... It was so freaking scary looking. It was like why do you think this would terrify all the children at your son's birthday?
It was really gross.
I really want to say it. He was just trying to be a good dad. And you don't, have that all the time. So I was like, this guy's so nice.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a good dad. He's going to wear the clown costume for his son. And show up at the party and just be like, I'm a great dad, look at me make balloon animals, I'm awesome. And so, I guess spoilers. Do I say spoilers before I say things that are spoilers?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Learning the things. So, he puts it all on and it's on there and he tries to wash it off or take it off and it won't come off. And then he loops back to this kind of not real, or maybe it is real and that's terrifying, but history of clowns and was it Germany, I guess?
It was Iceland or something.
It was some it was country that's
in the Caucasus,
far away from me, and
it's where the white people are. That's all I know. It's always there.
Yeah. So basically clowns used to live up in the mountains and come out once a year to eat a bunch of kids, and they would dress up as clowns because it was a demon. It was a demon. No one dressed up as anything. It was just a demon, and he looked like traditional clowns do. And he came down from the mountains and would eat brutally, murder and eat children. And he could have 5 a year.
Is it 5?
Or something. I think it was 5. And then he would go back up and then not bother anybody for a while.
The term was called a cloyne. And it was said it was Northern Europe is what this is saying.
Okay. But yeah, so it's an evil clown outfit. He puts it on. It never comes off. He tries to wash it off. And it's just it kills me the entire time. He's just trying to be a good dad. And then he eats all his kids' friends and enemies at the same time. So I guess he's still being a good dad.
Also that random kid Timmy.
He's eating all
He
his
tried to
enemies.
get his nose off.
He did cut his nose off. That was terrifying.
That was gross. No, it was like they ripped it right off his face.
And then the dog ate it.
The dog
And then
ate
the
it.
dog turned into the clown demon.
Demon clown dog. How many podcasts give you demon clown dogs?
It's not a lot, I
I
feel
don't
like.
think there's any
I
out
feel like it's a
there.
really unique thing.
So
I mean, any other podcast that's talking about this movie specifically.
they would also
maybe,
give you that, but
Maybe.
we did it first, ladies and gentlemen. I think, at least, maybe.
But yeah, but like one thing that was also like messed up about it is that it was like really manipulative. Like you couldn't trust the guy. Like the demon like took him over so fully that like the wife was just trying to be loyal to her husband and he was like trying to eat their son. And it was this whole thing. It was just like fucked up because it's like you're just trying to be a good dad. You know?
So that's what happens in
And that was clown for me. I don't know if it was clown for everybody else. But that's clown for me. I was real upset
That's what
about
we
it.
watched.
Just wanted him to be a good dad. They wouldn't let him. They made him eat all the kids.
Yes. So, Kat, why don't you tell us a little history of clowns?
Yes. So, since we mentioned phobias, apparently the psychology manual,
You know how to do words.
the excessive fear of clowns is called cooler. I can't speak words. It's COULRO phobia.
Cool.
Right? Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what you just said. I'm going to Google it.
It's like coular or color, but with weirder letters. And then phobia at the end.
Because it has
So-
to be weird if it's a phobia. You can't just say
Yeah, you can't just-
clownophobia.
I'm scared of clown. Oh, arachnophobia. Like,
Well,
easiest
yeah,
fucking
but it's
one.
not like people aren't going around like, check out my cool arachnid. They're like, this is my spider.
I'm sure someone, at some point, like when that was like the chosen phrase, like when
That people are
call
calling them arachnids.
spiders
I don't
arachnids.
think anyone was calling clowns coloros. Also, if you Google fear of clowns,
Maybe.
you get the creepiest clown picture.
That's terrible.
Because they're like, are you sure? Are you afraid of them? Coloro, coming from ancient Greek word for one who goes on stilts. Just so now
I mean,
we're
I got
clear.
some definitions of clowns. That's some things I did. It was the etymology dictionary. Am I saying
Uh-huh.
all the words wrong? Etymology.
Etymology?
Etymology.
Yeah,
Yeah, I went to school.
it was good.
Look at me speak.
You got a degree.
So, clown, in this sense, is to play clown stage is just to behave inappropriately. Like, so if someone's a clown, they just behave inappropriately, which I guess makes sense in a lot of ways because it's like, oh, you're being silly or you're like murdering
class
people
clown.
brutally.
You think murder is inappropriate? That's what you would
If you're
categorize
saying
it as.
Morality is relevant.
You're behaving very
but yeah.
inappropriately when you murdered that child.
Just really need to
It's
reevaluate
really-
your
hey, shame on you.
Shame,
Get it
shame,
together.
shame.
Stop murdering children.
And then also, like, that was from the 1600s. For the 1560s, clown with an E on the end, or coin, which has a Y in it, like in the movie
That's in
time.
clown.
Rustic, boor, peasant, origin uncertain, perhaps from Scandinavian dialect.
That's probably
Basically
where they
means
came
like a
from.
clumsy, boorish fellow.
It's like the jesters that they'd have play for
Yeah.
the king.
So like just like silly, you're kind
Dance
of
for me, fool.
you like fall over a lot. Clumsy is like the word that it says a bunch of times. But also it's like kind of messed up because at other points it's like colonist or farmer. Where I'm just like, oh, so poor people? Like, fuck you, dictionary. I don't know. But also it says professional fool, professional habitual jester. Pantomime clown represents the blend of Shakespearean rustic. There's lots of words. My brain's not having it. But yeah, so that's what that means. But there's like a lot of people who just like hate clowns. And apparently there's a bunch of studies done. Like in England, they did a study that 250 children between the ages of 4 and 16, most of them found that like the clown was like uncomfortable at least or scary. So, like, basically it was decided, like, very few children actually really like clowns. They're unfamiliar and from a different era, especially, like, nowadays. So, essentially, the freaking clown movie, Clown, didn't make any sense because it was 2016. And their study is that, like, kids don't like that. Why are your kids so up about clowns?
I also felt like, I don't know when that movie is supposed to take place, because
yeah, it
I feel like there's a lot of, like, there's
like
modern
Call of
stuff.
Duty on, like, modern-y things.
That's true.
Yeah, or I don't know if it was Call of Duty, but he was, like, playing
that kid
something on the
deserved
internet. Like, you know, he was a little...
I was rooting for him. I was not rooting for... You know what? I was kind of rooting for Timmy to die.
I don't remember which one
that was when he's in the motel, because he doesn't want to eat children. And he realizes that he's going
that
to.
That kid! Like, who taught that kid to be so friendly? Like, why was he all up in... I mean, I feel bad. I'm sure he was just, like, neglected or something. It's like, because that's, like, a thing where, like, if a kid's neglected, they just, like, immediately, like, go to, like, if anyone gives them any attention, they're like, I love this person because no one loves me, and it's awful. But, like, that's probably what that kid was experiencing, and, like, he was so adamant about dying. I was just like, you don't know that that's your future, but, like, shit, kid.
Well, this kid...
The guy locked the doors, says go away. Like, your reaction should not be like, let's be friends.
So, in Clown, the guy realizes that he is becoming a demon and that he is going to eat children.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to him. There's no way out. And he's like, that's not going to happen to me. And then he starts craving babies. And it's like,
everybody.
Don't do that. So he decides to hide himself in a motel. And I think he, at that point, wanted, again, spoilers, to kill himself. Because he realizes it's the only way out. He tried. And the only way to kill a clown from the Clown movie is beheading, by the way. Like, it's a fucking vampire. And so he goes to this motel, and there's this child named Timmy, because why not, who, is so... Like, what is that? He has no concept of stranger danger. Like, there's you live presumably at this creepy motel where there's always going to be creepy people. Like, why aren't your parents like, you're not allowed to talk to anyone who comes here? Because anyone who's here is bad.
If they're living at a motel, they're probably not, like, doing the hottest job with, like,
that's true.
Parent time.
But what if they own the motel?
Escaping, like, abuse, I don't know. There's a bunch of factors that could have been involved.
But he could also be, like, the kid of the people who own the motel.
That's also true.
But it's also, like, why are you walking around, one, by yourself? Two, knocking on random people's doors.
He's just trying real hard.
He didn't stop talking. Like, I wanted him to die a little bit, because I was like, you need to learn a lesson.
No.
He didn't learn a lesson.
And it was messed up, too, because, like, he didn't, like, the guy didn't even, like, kill him to eat him. Like, he killed him by accident because he came in, the little boy, like, got in that room.
Yeah, and then he died.
As he was, like, trying to kill himself, and then, like, the saw dislodged and, like, went through him. And it was, like, really shocking and, like, whoa. And then, like, the kid was already dead, so, like, might as well eat him, right?
Yeah, don't waste it for the...
Don't waste the dead child.
Is what my mom always said.
Yeah. We don't waste dead babies.
Oh.
America.
Not in true Eli Roth fashion, it was one of a gruesome setup where he was sitting in a chair with his back facing this saw contraption that was going, like, so that he would push himself backward and it would just saw off his head. Like, he would fall onto the saw.
He'd have no control to, like, stop himself.
Yeah. So he was about to do that. It was taking a while because, I mean, it's a pretty gnarly way to go. And even if you are, like, possibly going to eat children, he still had a bit of his humanity left.
Yeah. Like, so he's not 100% sure. Like, he knows he, like, wants to, but at the same time, it's like, he hasn't done it. He probably thinks he has some sense of self-control.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like he was so close to doing it, and literally the thing that stopped him was the kid opening the door. So then he was like, he's like, I don't want the kid to see me behead myself. So he, like, tried to stop himself by, like, moving, and then, like, the way it dislodged and the chair fell, like, boop, shot the saw thing
right through the child. Right through Timmy.
I don't know where it went through him, but it was
like his chest. Because he was like,
poor little
Mister or something. I mean, tragic.
He was trying real hard to get something happening to him, but it was still like, no, it's sad.
It's sad.
The whole movie was sad.
Like, that kid is so annoying.
Any movie where children are being eaten, it's going to depress you. It's like, it's not going to be like a happy time.
It's not the fun thing?
No, it's not my favorite thing. It's not like
eating children?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he avoids... Well, he didn't avoid... He avoids
really
killing
unsuccessful
himself.
all around, and he tried really hard, but at the same time, once the demon... I think the more children he ate, the, like, deeper he got into it, too. Like, he couldn't
became
even...
a demon.
Yeah.
Well, it was... And what was weird was the only way out, the only cure, was that he had to eat all those children.
Yeah, I think it was like you had to eat 5 kids. And then you would revert back to normal. But, like, at that point, your body had deformed so much.
No, because the one guy looked normal. So what happened was he contacts the guy who had owned that crate. Mm-hmm. And he thinks it happened to that guy. But turns out it didn't. It happened to his brother. Mm-hmm. His brother became a clown. And the guy who owned the crate was a doctor of sick children. A la... Like,
terminally ill. Like, we're going to die soon.
A la Ronald McDonald House. Mm-hmm. It's been 360. Bring it back.
Yeah. I don't think that's what it was. But
no. But yeah, it was... We worked in, like, the kids are dying ward. And to help his brother, because his brother had put on a costume to entertain the kids in his stead. Because he was sick and didn't do it. So his brother was ailed by the clown demon instead of himself. So to help him, he stole 5 terribly sick children. He fed them to his brother, and his brother woke up and was perfectly fine, but had to live with the fact that he ate 5 children for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So instead of letting another person eat 5 children, he tried to kill the guy. And then there was, like, the bully of his own son.
Yeah.
He ate that kid.
You know what's fucked up, though? His son totally was like, yeah, if you're gonna eat it, like, hey, clown dad, you look like creepy as fuck right now. You know who you should visit? This kid who torments me all the time. Like, I'm not saying kill him. But, like, you could kill him.
But I'm also not saying that...
And then maybe eat his body when he's dead. Like, you can do those things.
Yeah. It's like, Dad, I see you look pretty fucked up. You did just say you kind of want to eat children. I'm just saying, I think Johnny down the street is kind of tasty.
You should just super go eat him, Dad.
Also, I heard he's home alone because his parents don't love him. And that's why he abuses me.
See, it's... Okay, so I work in a school with, like, where every day I'm just like, I gotta think about what every kid that's ever been in front of me has been through as reasons for, like, maybe that's why they're upset this day, or, like, whatever. So, like, whenever I see movies with kids, I'm just like, there's, like, a reason he's so mad and evil. Like, maybe he wasn't loved enough, and maybe his, like, dad hit him, or maybe he witnessed something awful, where it's, like, sometimes in the movies, it's, like, they're gonna die no matter what. Stop trying to rush.
So you're not for eating children?
No.
It's not.
Even, like, the worst kids, like, it's like, probably there's something in there. You're probably redeemable. What happened to you, man? We can bring you back. Even that, like, sadist kid who was in It, like, the police kid.
Nah, he was irredeemable.
Yeah.
He got messed up.
Yeah, no, he had something, like, up with him. Like, his dad sure was, like,
Kevin
a
Bacon.
dick to him. But was it Kevin Bacon?
That was a kid who looked like Kevin Bacon.
Oh, Footloose.
Yeah.
Go dance in that garage. I'm sorry your dad won't let you.
Yeah. I was like, sorry your dad won't let you dance. You don't have to carve into children because of it. So I think, at least with Clown,
during that movie.
And with It, this whole we eat children and we're clowns is very reminiscent of the real-life clown that ate children.
Is that what he ate?
John Wayne Gacy ate children. He also brutally murdered them and kept them in his house. There was, like, a lot of children in his house. Dead inside. The floors.
Super need to read about that just because I don't know. I feel like that's something I should just know. Like, I know the name and I, like, know the, like, somewhat context of it, but, like, I don't know. That's super messed up. That makes me sad.
Yeah. Well, John Wayne Gacy's gonna do that to you.
Kids are, like, evil.
It's said it was at least 33 teenage boys and young men that he sexually assaulted, tortured, and murdered.
Only boys?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it was, like, some sort of, like, weird pedophilia thing that transcended into super murder.
Yes.
Or, like, it's like, it's your fault. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, he was fucked up. He had 26 of them buried in the crawl space of his house. So that's the only ones we know about. But he was called Pogo the Clown.
Terrifying. All the names. Also the names of clowns. It's just like, they're always, like, if put into certain contexts, this could be, like, the most terrifying thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so he was... And it was also crazy because he was known as, like, a really fun guy. He was very charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
but he could turn on a dime. And then he'd be, like, really mean. So he'd, like, invite boys over to his house, and they would be playing around, and then he'd invite them to wrestle with him, which resulted in him asphyxiating them.
Like, I want to hope that that's not what happened, but I'm sure that's, like, the awful thing that happened. Because, like, if there's... The worst thing you can think of, someone's done it. Like, just guaranteed. In all situations. I mean, like, the worst thing you can think of in any situation has happened somehow to someone. Because, like, if you thought about it, someone else did, and then you as a sane person didn't do anything like that, but, like, someone who's crazy, they run with that shit. Yeah. History of clowns.
Yeah. So that's the history of clown.
It wasn't, but yeah.
I'll just get really into it because that's the most fresh in our mind and it's what's really hot right now. It's what's hip and cool and happening.
Yeah. Hot clown time.
Well, okay, that's a discussion. So, the actor for Pennywise is...
See, I haven't actually seen him, so I gotta look that up.
The Skarsgård brother.
I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't get it.
Okay. No, he's cute.
He's
Bill,
cool.
which... Like, the most I'm pretty sure he's from Sweden. It's, like, the most un-Swedish name I've ever heard.
That's awful. Pennywise actor made child actors cry on set of it. Well, obviously, because my face went numb during that movie. I couldn't imagine, like, that being in front of you.
Yeah. Well, the little boy had, like, nightmares. The little boy played Georgie legitimately has nightmares now.
That shit was terrifying. My face went literally numb.
Bill Skarsgård is brother to...
You can literally, like, see his face is, like, his normal face that he made for Pennywise. No. That ruins it for me immediately.
So...
The one, like, model shot he has, like, yeah, he has, like, a great face. He has a cool nose. His, like, lips are, like, really weird, but, like, good. You know what I mean? They're, like, really, like...
Well, if you look up...
Their lips. They're doing the lips thing.
They're doing what lips do. Alexander Skarsgård is his brother who's in True Blood and is, like, everyone's heartthrob there. So that's a thing.
What's the guy's name?
Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, the brother,
Stellan Skarsgård is also an actor.
Is he Tarzan?
He is the new Tarzan. He is.
Nah, I'm picking up what they're putting down with this guy.
So with Bill, he was in Hemlock Grove.
He looks freaking crazy. Sorry, I'm calm.
It's okay. Bill was in Hemlock Grove, and that's why I was like, I remember him, which is also an Eli Roth creation. He's the one who did Clown. So brought it right back. He's the man.
Here.
Right back. So he already knows how to do creepy. Although, I mean, Hemlock Grove isn't creepy so much as it's like, what's going on? I don't really feel anything for anybody in this show. But people are having conflicted thoughts because they think he's really hot. Because he's just like a cute little Swedish boy.
He's cute, but he also looks like if he was, like, paler. Like, there are pictures where, like, even if he's, like, normal face in it, he looks terrifying.
Well, I mean, in...
Like, he would jump to murder you.
Hemlock Grove, he's like a vampire.
Oh, okay.
It's like a vampire thing.
That might be what some of these pictures are from, because he's real pale.
Yeah, and it's not... He's not like a...
scared.
It's like a weird... It's the same thing with Clown, where he was like, here's the history that is really about what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. And of course, it's again from like some white people mountains area where scary things happen.
I mean, German
like
folk tales are terrifying. Like for children.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you suck your thumb, we rip your fingers off.
Yeah.
There's a thing that comes and takes your fingers.
Well, think about like, what is it? The Santa Claus. What's that guy?
Krampus.
Krampus. Yeah, that's scary.
But it's like, there's a guy who gives you gifts, but like,
also,
if you don't earn that shit, then...
You don't get coal, you get eaten and sent to hell.
Is that what he does? I thought he just, like, messed you up.
He was like a demon. No, he, like, takes everyone and they go to hell.
He takes the bad kids away.
He took the whole damn family. He took the whole
I didn't
thing.
see, like, the movie. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
in the, I guess, the folklore.
Oh,
so,
I don't
like,
know about the folklore.
He, like, takes the bad kids away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
So people
I
think
don't
he's
get it.
hot, and that's fine. That cat doesn't get it.
I don't get
It's
it.
okay. Other
Like,
people
I think
do.
he's, like... He's got a nice face when he's not making weird faces with it.
Well, you know what? He's got a gift.
Yeah, I mean,
shouldn't
if he
waste
can
it.
be truly terrifying.
Also, around here in Pennsylvania, where we reside, there have been balloons left.
Babe.
I just said Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That's a whole state.
Big state.
Also, it's just our moms listening, remember? Mom, you know where we live.
We might have fans one day. We might have friends. You don't know.
You have friends?
No. You're like it, babe. No, just kidding.
I'm not it!
Do you have a clown face?
I do
So,
look
we
like
definitely
it.
just spiked the mic. It's
Yeah, it's okay. That'll be gone anyway.
That toast is awful. Delete it. Murder it.
So, the movie.
Yeah.
Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me about it, Stud.
Well, one, I loved our commentary throughout. Like, every single time Kevin and Megan came on, I loved every single thing they said. It was fantastic.
There was a child who looked like him.
He just really...
It wasn't a child. He was like a teen.
It made me really happy every time we talked about it. I just thought it was, like... Okay, so comparing it, like, to the old It versus New It, I liked how not rushed it felt because they just decided to split it into, like, 2 full movies instead of just making one really, really long movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like...
Made for TV.
Everything feels kind of rushed. And, like, you don't really get into the character development as much. With the younger kids, at least. I kind of like with the flashback version. So the old one.
Mm-hmm.
I, like, didn't get that as much. Where, like, I felt with the new one, they, like, really get into, like, their phobias and why and, like, what influences that. And I thought that was great. Like, especially the girl. And, like, her situation with her father. Like, one, she was a great actress. It was super believable and everything about it was great. All the kids were really good actors. Mm-hmm. Which is, like, mind-blowing to me.
It all
I feel like
felt
that doesn't
natural.
happen. It either happens or it doesn't. And, like, even, like, the little one with the arm, and Georgie.
Yeah.
Like,
he was great.
He was fantastic.
And I liked him
in that
a lot more
basement
than the
scene.
other Georgie.
This is in the trailer, so, like, that's not even spoilers, where he's like,
He'll float too. He'll float too.
Yeah, where he, like, turns into,
too.
like, that crazy voice that's absolutely terrifying. But yeah, like,
laughing the whole time.
I feel like a lot of movies, like, sure, I'll get scared of them, but I won't have, like, such a visceral fear, that's what I got with it, where, like, my face literally went numb at parts, like, probably has something to do with narcolepsy, but, like, it was terrifying, like, parts of it I was just like, no, anyone who can't deal with regular horror movies can't see this, because they will die. Well, like, if you're not, like, into horror movies, like, this is absolutely terrifying. You won't sleep. And, like, I'm an obnoxious... You've watched so many horror movies with me, where I'm, like, covering my face and saying, turn it off! And, like, freaking out. Where, like, people who, like, can't deal with, like, The Ring, or, like, you know, like, something that's, like, scary, but not so unbelievably scary, would die during this movie. In my opinion. Like, it freaked me out. But it was so good. Like, I haven't been scared like that in such a long time. Like, even Annabelle, like, that was a fantastic movie. But, like, I was scared, but I wasn't... My face was still fine.
Your face is... That's your gauge.
Yeah, my gauge is, like, is my face numb right now? Do I feel like I want to physically remove myself from the situation? Do I want to scream? Yeah, then I'm scared. And that's what that was for me. And I just thought it was fantastic. And how great the kids were. I'm just, like, I felt so invested in the story.
I think, and again, coming back to the phobias, I think that it is a really good... It felt real. Like, I mean, it's crazy because it's
like, so not...
It's a clown, and it was cool. Over the top, but it dealt with a lot of really serious stuff. And when you think about it, it could just be this psychological manifestation from the abuses and things that these children were dealing with. Like, right out the gate, you have a child who is walking down the street and, you know, trying to get his boat, and it goes in there, and there's a creepy guy who's talking to him, and he pulls out the classic, like, creeper, pedophile, weirdo, like, stranger danger card, where it's like, I'm not allowed to talk to strangers, and he's like, well, my name's Pennywise, and yours is Georgie, we're not strangers anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally, like, a tactic that they're known to use. Like, it's like a line short of, I lost my dog, can you help me find it?
Yeah.
So, if you think about it, Georgie essentially was abducted. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, in the film, literally, he's, you know, taken away by Pennywise.
Yeah.
But as far as everyone, all the adults know and everything, he was abducted. He was stolen by a child predator.
And in those situations, too, it was what was really interesting. I don't know. I don't think I remember seeing anything like that in the first one, like the older one. But, like, old lady and the cat, there was, like, watching him talk to the sewer.
Yeah.
We're like, that's normal.
It's
like,
fine.
There was, like, a situation where something weird was happening. And, like, they saw it and acknowledged it was weird, but didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like in those kinds of situations, that's, like, something that probably happens a lot, too, where, like, they might notice it and be like, it's a little weird, but, like, nothing to, like, super fret over. Kids have imaginations. Or, like, maybe they know that guy. Like, where they don't do anything and they're just like, that's not my business. This is a suburban town.
Yeah.
Nothing happens here. Except
not in
all
27 years.
Yeah. So, like, the old lady just, like, sitting there, like, it's weird, but whatever. And then, like, he's super murdered, like, 5 seconds later.
Yeah. And I mean, she's, like, the lady that gets interviewed by the police when the kid is abducted. It's like, yeah, I saw that kid. He was on the corner. Some guy asked him for directions, and I saw the kid walk away, and it was normal. Yeah. And it's like, what you didn't know was that guy asked him for directions, and he went around the corner, and he snatched the kid. Yeah. Like, that's a real-life thing.
Yeah. All the parents were fucking terrible.
None of them were, yeah.
Every single parent, like, I guess, and that also, like, kind of goes back to that as, like, one, like, manifesting your phobias or, like, abuses or whatever that's happened to you. But then also just, like, vulnerability and, like, neglectful fuck parents also, being like, oh, my kids.
Yeah, it takes place in the 80s, which was a very loose,
more hands-off
time. Yeah, it was like you could go and walk around your neighborhood without any supervision. It's just like, make sure you're home when the lights come on, the street lights come on. And it was latchkey kids who
murder time.
Had, the keys hidden and they were home alone for hours because their parents worked. And that's that kind of town too. So there was a lot of lax parenting going on.
It was like dick parenting or something. There's
also dick parenting. Yeah, and so you have like so Jordy is abducted by a child predator.
Yeah.
Done. That happened. Bill is dealing with the fact that his brother was abducted by a child predator. So he's got a disconnect. You have your favorite, which was Eddie.
Yeah.
Right? And he was the one who had all the like hypochondriac. He was this inhaler.
I related to him so hard.
Yeah.
I was
you yelled at him for using his inhaler too much.
He used it wrong.
He did use it wrong.
Took too many puffs. And two like close together.
Well, it was a gazebo.
Wait 3 hours.
He said,
take 2
These are gazebos. That's
literally my favorite character. He was such a good actor as like a child.
They were all great.
Yeah.
They were all believable, which is like in
I want him to be my child. Like I want him to like be my kid one day.
In the 1990 version, I felt like all the kids kind of just were being tropes. Of kids. Yeah. Like, especially, so my favorite character was Richie, who was the comedian kid. And in the original, he's just like... Kid? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I loved him. But in the original, he was like a 1980s comedian. Like, he was like Seinfeld. Like, all his jokes were like, what's up with airline food? No. But he was like, he had the same, like, curly hair, and he was like... He wore like Hawaiian shirts, and all his jokes were like with punchlines, you know, like he belonged on a stage to give it stand up, and he was supposed to be 10. Yeah. But at the time, that was the brand of humor, so I get it. Yeah. Whereas, it's just like
airline mom's boobs.
What's up with that? But with this Richie, he was just a kid, like he was a dick. And he was rude, and he said a lot of explicit things. And they talked a lot about their penises for children.
I think it's just like, honestly, though, that's like
it's a boy thing.
Middle school boy thing.
Yeah.
Like, even before middle, like, younger, like, they don't know what it's doing, and they just want to talk about it all the time.
Yeah. And it's funny, and it's, like, not funny at the same time. Yeah. Like, like, the first thing you hear from that kid is that they're talking about Stanley's bat mitzvah, and
they cut off the
they cut it off. He's like, they'll cut off the tip of his penis. He's like, then he'll have nothing left. And I was like, I love this kid already. Like, that was brilliant. Like, right off the cuff. He was in it. Like, it's a classic, like, cliche joke, but he did it, and he did it flawlessly. Yeah. And the whole time, he always had it. I also wanted to talk about the differences between the Pennywises.
Oh, yeah.
So, Curry is a classic. Like, that's when, I mean, he's amazing. Every one of his characters that he's ever played is phenomenal and is believable and is different and also still very Tim Curry. What I found when I rewatched the old one and I compared it to the new one was that the Tim Curry's was really much just like a creep. Like, he was just like a general creep. Like, he had kind of like a New Yorker accent. He's like, come down here. Like, hey, kid, come in the sewer with me. I got some balloons. And it was like he just seems like a creepy man.
Yeah.
And it was less of like a demon entity.
Yeah, he seemed more like clownish.
Yeah.
Like goofy, kind of like gross but creepy. Clown. But like, I'm a clown still. I'm not a demon. I'm just like a weird clown guy who's trying to kill you and take your stuff.
Yeah. Whereas Skarsgård's, it was a demon. Like,
so scary.
Right out the gate, when he's talking to Georgie in that sewer, he's like, hey. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, you like balloons? Yeah. And he's laughing with him about popcorn, and they're like, pop, pop, pop. And then he just starts drooling, and he just his eyes go in separate directions. It's like, you done fucked up. Yeah. Like, even Georgie's like, okay.
This is weird, I
gotta go. And then his arm gets eaten.
Yeah.
Because of his boat. But it's like, he's not normal.
Yeah.
You know right away that this is not just a clown.
Yeah.
And with Pennywise, he's always a clown. Like, he's even wearing that big yellow jumper.
Yeah.
He's got his big red hair. And
well, when they go down to his lair, though, I think in the old one, like, he is, like, different in there. Yeah. Like, he's, like, more demon-y in that part, if I remember correctly.
But it took all that time.
Yeah.
It took a lot of time. Whereas he's, like, and I like that he changed a lot more.
They just did a fantastic job of just striking pure fear into me. Like, it was just so friggin' scary.
And it's also a thing with this specific Pennywise, that clowns, and another thing that, like, clowns have been arguing against, is that clowns are, when you're learning to be a clown and you're designing what your clown looks like, you're supposed to have rounded features. Because those are supposed to be more complimentary and fun and nice and soft. So you have, like, the round smile, the round cheeks. Whereas this one has, like, those the jagged lines and the creepy mouth. And it's not even, like, a clown, like, besides the fact that he's wearing, like, the Shakespearean, like, thing and the poofy shoulders. Like, you wouldn't really know that was a clown. It's just, like, a creep.
Well, he has the nose. Makeup. I would say that, too.
Well, it's a red nose. Like, it's not even it's not even a button nose. It's just a red nose. On like that, Yeah. And that's another thing, like, with John Wayne Gacy, is that his clown had, like, triangles. Like, he had sharp edges to Pogo. Which is another, like, creepy thing. Like, you're supposed to be nice to kids.
It wasn't like a, like, soft, fun, cute thing. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah. And, like, I like that he wasn't always Pennywise. Like, when he's coming after Ben in the library, he's, like, the kid who's decapitated. Like, that was creepy.
Yeah.
He was, even when he was, like, fighting them in the end, and he's pulling out all the different things. Like, he was the creepy poster, or the painting that looks like a Modigliani with the blank eyes and the long neck.
Creepy lady,
When Richie's like, was she hot? And he's like, no, she was not hot. Like, Richie.
Like, no, I have these built sex.
Yeah, and it's like, he was that woman, which was scary. And then he's like the leper for Eddie, and he's like, coming after him with his, like, weird misshapen feet, and he's all this whole thing. I did want to briefly touch on, because this has been a topic that a lot of people have been talking about, is a very controversial scene from the book.
Oh, yeah.
That is in neither one of the movies. For very good
You can't show that in the movie.
Also...
Well, you can show the kid's arm being ripped off.
No, not that.
You can't show the sex time.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Why is that in there?
So, in Stephen King's It. At the end, when the children fight Pennywise, and they, like, hit him in the head, and the light comes out, and he sinks away to go away for 27 more years. Mm-hmm. They are trying to leave the sewers, and they get lost. Mm-hmm. And I think it's supposed to be that scene that you see where there's, in the old one, they're holding hands in a circle, mm-hmm. and he's trying to get them by, like, taunting them with different things. Like, they show, like, Ben's dad, mm-hmm. you know, and she's like, no, you can't let us, like, separate.
Bless you.
Okay. And she's like, don't let us separate. And that is essentially what that scene is supposed to be. So in the book, the controversial scene that people have a problem with. There's an orgy.
Hands like kids do.
And it's a catch-22. So some people want to say that because Bev initiates it, it's her way of, like, taking back her body, because she's like, this is my body, I'm using it for good, and I'm doing it with people that I love. But it's also kind of a representation of her skewed idea of what that is, and what you're supposed to be doing with your body, and what love is. Yeah. So essentially, to keep them together and keep them alive, and keep them, like, down to earth, essentially, and to get them out of there, she has everyone take turns having sex with her. And somehow that brings them back. And, I mean, Stephen King has a history of having very controversial sex scenes. Generally rape. I mean, there is in The Stand, someone is anally raped with a gun. In one of his short stories, I can't remember the name, there's a, like, 3-page long rape scene.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
It's that vivid. And I mean, so a friend of mine was saying that Stephen says that he writes his... Me and Stephen King are on first name basis.
Yeah.
Stephen says... Steve, he said he writes his nightmares. And the problem with it... So the problem about that being his nightmares is that scene isn't supposed to be a part of the nightmare. It's not like Pennywise is torturing her and having her envision that she's fucking all her friends. Yeah, it's that she's doing an empowering thing. Like, this is supposed to be a good moment.
No.
So it's not his nightmares. It's, for some reason, a fantasy. So that's where the problem is, Stephen.
And he's making the faces.
Yeah. Well, he's like, I think it's weird that that's how he sounds like. He's so mean, so he probably sounds. But he was just like, I don't understand why everyone is so upset about that scene and not as upset about all the child murder. It's like, no, people are upset about the child murder. Like, we get that. It's about a sexual predator. That still messes us up. But you made it a good thing that several children fucked each other.
Yeah. So and I just feel like I feel like it's also a very different thing. Like, murder is one thing, for sure. Everyone's always upset when, like, kids get killed. Kids getting sexed, way worse to me, like, because then they gotta live through that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they're both terrible. Yeah. Everyone should be upset about both, significantly. Maybe equally, but at the same time,
yeah,
I'm gonna be way more, like, disturbed and upset by, like, children fucking each other, especially an abuse victim child, who basically, like, she's not doing that, like, she's fucking 12. Yeah. Or however old she is.
Or like 10.
She has no concept of what taking back her body power means. She's fucking 10. And then also, these boys who are down there in that sewer with her, love her or whatever bullshit, why are they okay? Like, I get it. They're like, oh, they want sex all the time.
Have is
but they're
puberty.
Also probably, are none of them good?
They're probably in pain all the time from their erections.
Well, yeah, but, like, at the same time, it's like you would like to think, like, there's, like, boys who, like, don't want to lose their virginities to people who, like, they don't love, or, like, don't want to, or anxious about losing their virginity. And you would think
these boys would be those boys.
And, like, don't want to be, like, all about it. Like, they wouldn't be like, yeah, let's all take turns having sex with our friend. No. Why?
That, and it might...
I feel like I'd be like, babe, no. You're too good for this. Stop it.
Well,
like, if you want to do that, like, pick one, like, we'll be friends. We'll do the relationship. I'll take care. I'll be nice to you. I'll buy you dinner.
I'll write you poetry.
Or, like, yeah, my heartburn's there too. Like, that's good. Like, when you're older in, like, time and able to understand consent, we'll have that stuff. It'll be beautiful. Well, maybe it's like in a forest, so they're like picnic blanket.
Well, I think it might mirror and set up for the fact that they're still fucked up when they're adults. Is that they didn't come out learning anything. Like, she's still sexually abused. She's still in an abusive relationship. She still does not have an understanding of what she went through, and neither do the rest of them. And they're all that confused. Mm-hmm. So, like, maybe, like, if I'm gonna give Steven the benefit of the doubt here, that would be my best guess. But at the same time, it is still in a way where it seems like a victory. And it's like, that's really not a victory, Steven. That's not what... Child sex is not victory. It's the opposite. It's a failure. You failed. You failed at it.
Yeah.
So.
Episode 1.
So we have to rate it. We have to rate clowns, specifically. So we can rate the individual movies, or just the idea of being afraid of clowns. So, like, are you down with the clown? Or are you Pennywise to their crimes? I'm trying to...
Pennywise to their what?
Crimes. Are you...
It's tough. I like it.
It's great.
Down with the clown means you're like, cool clowns.
Yes.
And then what was the other one?
Pennywise to their... we need a different one.
You mean you're like not down?
Okay, so my overall feelings about the 3 things that we watched.
Okay.
It is always going to be great.
Yeah.
It has inspired me to want to read the book now.
Super fucking down with the clown in the new It. And sort of in the old It.
Yeah, like Tim Curry still got my heart.
Yeah. No, I mean,
whatever he is.
I could totally get why it was classically fantastic.
Yeah. And it's like they're very different.
Yeah.
And that's, so I don't even like
I just love
fully group them together. Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. I'll watch it again if I could.
So you're down with the clown.
Yeah, so I'm down with the clown and I want to read it now. Clown. Not so much down with that one.
Yeah. It just bummed me out more than anything.
It was pretty bumming. It was also, like, absurd. It was crazy.
I think I got major props for being hella fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, so fucked up.
Well, that's
I was just
Eli.
like, I thought this might be, like, kind of funny. No, everything is sad.
It did seem like
Life
a joke.
is horrible. Dad can't be good. They just eat all the kids. I can't with this movie. But it was like, it made me feel things, so I guess, like, in that way I was down with the clown. But at the same time, it was just, like, so much sadness. With, like, no reward. Like, there was no uplifting
He did
moment.
still eat children.
He did still eat children. They still had to... Spoilers. They still had to fucking kill him. The kid decided that they should kill him. Like, that's not Dad, kill him. Like, the kid said that.
Yeah.
Like, there was no,
because
like...
a mom
everything's
still loves
okay. Uplifting time. Like, no, everything was just sad the whole way through.
Kids are so murdered.
And I guess that's, like, kind of real-life reality stuff, but, like, that fucked with me.
Yeah, I mean, so...
So, rating.
Yeah, I mean, again, I love Eli Roth.
Yeah.
And it was what I imagined an Eli Roth clown movie would be. It was gory. It was gross. Yeah. It was uncomfortable, which is, like, his favorite thing. He loves making you uncomfortable. That being said, it's still not my favorite Eli Roth movie.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was...
I think it was well done. It was really brutal.
Yeah.
I just kind of... The It movie, like, there was a reward at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what I like about Eli Roth.
Yeah.
No one's rewarded.
That's cool. I feel good now. I can go home and not cry. I can go home and watch, like, an episode of something funny and sleep.
Yeah.
Where, like, after that movie, I was just like, don't get married.
Well, it's like, for him, I think he's very strong in, like, if you live through a traumatic event of any of the caliber that people endure during his films, you aren't going to come out of that okay. No one is good at the end of one of his movies.
Next rating.
Yes. And I just wanted to end with, I believe I heard that it had started as a joke. that he made a trailer for Clown that was like, like, this guy puts on a clown costume, he can't take it off, and now he's evil. Yeah, and then he made it a full movie, and it was so long. It was too long. It was
really long.
Eli, it should have ended halfway through. It didn't warrant all that time of my life.
Yeah, sorry.
So that I'll give it like a half. Like it's a...
I thought the acting was really good on that kid,
What's a clown thing?
That kid did a really good job.
I give it half a clown car. So it's even smaller than a normal clown car.
And what was the other one? Are we, like, scared of clowns?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. What is our overall feeling about clowns now that we have fully submerged ourselves in
No, I'm not
clowns?
A fan. I feel like if it's any context where it wasn't, like, a child's birthday or, like, they were making balloon animals or some shit that's, like, normal. Am I down with clowns? No. I feel like if I saw a clown just, like, around doing stuff in the world, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. Like, I wouldn't be, like, scared, but I would not surround myself with it. I'd be like, I need to go. I never really had a fear of clowns, honestly, until I started watching these fucking movies. Like, I didn't, like, have any reason to be like, that's weird. Like, it's weird. But, like, I wasn't thinking they might kill me. I wasn't thinking, like, they're a threat to my existence. And now I'm like, yeah, no, they just all want to murder everybody. And I feel like that's why they protest. Because that's the fear now. That's the feeling. If I see a clown on the street, I'm going to be like, you come here, I'm going to punch you in the face. And that's not cool if they're nice. I don't know.
Well, I feel like, for me, clowns, so they can march all they want. For me, it's why are clowns still here? I don't see, and you know, if that's your life, if you're a clown and you're listening to this because you saw a podcast that said clowns, and you're like, that's my whole thing. Like, you do you. All right? Like, that's fine. I just don't get it. And I just don't think it, like, I don't see a place where that works. Like, okay, you could be a rodeo clown and you're a clown for bulls. Sure.
Well, there's so many different kinds of clowns, too. Like, there's the
circus clowns.
The ones.
But if you're a clown at a birthday, like, I'm not afraid of clowns. And if I saw a clown, I wouldn't run away in terror. But if I saw a clown, I'd be like, why? Why are you a clown? I would be like, why did you go to clown school? I would want to know. Write in to let us know why you're a clown. So I'm not down with clowns because that's like creeper status to me. I think they need to be rebranded.
Yeah, they really
I think there needs to be. You're not a clown anymore. I think you need to rebrand.
Like, someone has to go to kids' parties and entertain.
Sure, but don't put on that clown costume.
Yeah, like, you do some. You can be silly. You can do other things. You can be a magician.
Be a juggler.
You could do all the clown things without the full getup.
Yeah.
I feel like if you change the look,
and I think it's been lost now.
Better.
I think it's been lost now.
Yeah.
So, just like the Confederate flags and statues, all clowns need to go away. They just need to go away. Because they're linked to bad feelings. Also, just a little side note that probably won't get in here, but you know how Babadook became like a gay figure?
Did it?
Did you see that?
No.
So during like gay pride and stuff, there was a whole thing where for some reason there was like a meme that made Babadook, because someone was like, what is Babadook? And I think they were saying like, is that like a drag queen or something? And so Babadook became a gay mascot.
What?
Yeah. It's super weird. So like, look it up. Yeah. Well, it was funny and it was like kind of good because it's like an outsider and it deals with things and it's whatever, and it helps the family through the stages of grief and whatnot. But they're trying to say now that Pennywise is a gay symbol, and I'm totally opposed to it because he's literally a predator. Yeah. Which is what people try to say, like, you know, gay or bi, transgender, all of them
they always
are
try to
labeled
play on
as,
that. They try to, like,
you're labeled as a sexual predator.
I super agree with you.
There's
on that.
no reason.
It should not be Pennywise.
He's
ever.
not. In what way? Because he's wearing like a colorful outfit. Yeah. Like, no, that's the worst reason.
There's literally
he's wearing makeup.
Like, Babadook's different. Like, he has a different vibe going on. Sure, he's like,
and it started as a joke, and he's not associated with literally eating and children.
Yeah, we're like, Pennywise is, and it should not even kind of go anywhere near.
No.
The gay community.
And there's no taking it back. There's no like, no, just leave it alone. Like, take it, put it in a closet. That's a bad analogy.
It's not going to help anybody.
It, put it in the basement.
Oh,
put it in the sewer.
Put it down in the sewer.
Put it down in the sewer.
Leave it there.
Don't let it float.
Yeah.
it can flow down the sewer away from us.
Yeah.
That's what I say about it. So that was our first episode of Ghouls Next Door.
Ghouls Next Door. Okay.
Which I think will be bi-weekly.
Yeah. I'm down.
So, signing off.
Thanks for listening.
We need like a end phrase.
End phrase. Don't get married, they eat your kids.
Don't get married, they'll eat your kids. Alright, see you later.